Welcome everybody to episode 4. I want to tell you a little story today. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time in a faraway land.
No, that's the wrong intro. No, I'm the fairy tale teller here today. No, you don't get it. I tell the fairy tale today. Please, dear cameraman, please give a note to Mr. Editor. Please realize that I am doing the fairy tale today. I tell it. I, not Walt Disney. Remember last episode? Have you seen it? Click here, learn your first tutorial here on this channel. But today it's not in the moment about the tutorial. We will have a tutorial today. I just want to tell my damn fairy tale. Okay. Once upon a time. By the way, cue fairy tale music in the background. Yes. Once upon a time, in a little village, very, very north of our fabulous planet, there were the Vikings, hundreds of years ago. And one day, they're living in peace and they're living in harmony. And they were living together with their families, with their children and their wives. But once in a while, when the Viking had to leave his wife at home, alone with the children and all of the other Viking wives, then he had a special present for her. He was going to the holy bed and he was grabbing a little chest from under the bed. And in this chest there was the dragon scarf. And this is the fairy tale on how the dragon scarf was invented. This is the dragon scarf. This is the cut with the damn music from the fairy tale. We are back in reality now. We are in Vienna. We are in Austria. It's fucking hot outside. I hate this summer. And I hate especially because I'm from the North Sea of Germany, which is pretty far up there. And they have temperatures that are much, much nicer than this here. Okay, this was a little fairy tale about how the dragon scarf Beate is fabulously wearing here, was invented. Because every time when the man was away and she was alone at home with the children, she was wearing this fabulous scarf to protect herself and to show other men, no, go away, I have a man, I have a child, I have a family, I'm an independent woman and this one will protect me. Yes, I know it's a little bit sexist maybe, but don't forget these are Vikings and it was hundreds and hundreds of years ago. We don't do sexism on this channel. Now you know the story, and this is also for a friend of mine who's a little bit colorblind. So because her boss told me, oh, she's my strong brave of water in the seas, and she's carrying everything that I cannot do, and she's so fabulous, and her favorite colors are blue. So I went home, of course, and I took every blue shade that I had left from my favorite yarn from Alize, cotton gold, and created this wonderful scarf that you can wear in the summer because it's not very thick. You can wear it in the winter. You can wear it whenever you want. The most important thing is just wear it. Do it, wear it, enjoy it. Oh God, thumbs up is so daddy. I'm not a daddy. Yes, I am. I'm old. So we have Beate here. You can wear it simply like that with a nice blouse or a t-shirt or tank top under there. And this scarf is asymmetrical, and I pray to God that this is a word in English. because you are starting on one side, on one little corner, and you work all the way to the other side. And so one side will be longer and smaller, and the other side get brighter and brighter and brighter. And Mr. Cameraman told me just it's getting wider. It's getting wider, not brighter. And it's going wider and wider and wider, and the rows are getting longer and longer and longer. And just it is so important to know that this project with this big historical background is also made at home with love. Just the Viking who crocheted this scarf for their wives. And before I talk any more bullshit, let's go to the tutorial, okay?
Sure, Jan.
Hello everybody and welcome to the voiceover Crochetter. For the Dragon Tail we are using the Alize cotton gold today again, but of course you use the yarn that you prefer. And I use a 5.0 millimeter hook, and I have my scissors and my tapestry needle, and you know how a scissor and a tapestry needle looks like, so I don't have to show you. Most important is the dragon tail, what we are going to do here today. And we are starting at the very end of the dragon tail and working then our way up the tail. And as you see, the rows get longer and longer and longer until you have no nerves or no yarn anymore. You can continue this great pattern because it's just a 2-row repeat. And at the end you can see I have put a border around it because we don't like these chain 5, in this case chain 5 spaces directly on our skin. This is I don't know, I really don't like it. So I put a border around it, but this is for later. Right, we have our yarn. We start with a slip knot. And then we chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 double crochet in the first chain that we did. And this completes our row number 1. We go on starting with a chain 4, and what I like personally to do is take a stitch marker and put it in the 3rd chain from the chain 4, because we will later go right in there. Then we turn our work and start our pattern with a double crochet, chain 1, 2 more, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and we are ending this row with a double crochet. And this finalizes our row 2. I told you in the beginning this will go so fast. Okay, now the 3rd row. We chain 1, turn our work, and right between the 1st and the 2nd double crochet we will go in and make a single crochet. We chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, and right between there we do another single crochet. And this is how our work will look now. Now we finish row 3. Yes, I said we finished. I told you we will go fast. With a chain 5, and a triple crochet, which means yarn over 2 times, and triple in the 3rd chain where we put the marker in. And now we completed row number 3. We go on with row 4 with a chain 4. Oops, and don't forget the marker in the 3rd chain. turn our work and start again. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and our 4th double crochet. Now we chain 1 in the same big space, just a single crochet, chain 1, yarn over, and we repeat. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, oops, chain 1, and the 4th double crochet. And this is the end of our 4th row. Chain 1, turn around, and again between the 1st and the 2nd double crochet, 1 single crochet, and chain 3. I call this row always the way back. The way with the double crochet chain 1 is always the way in this direction, and with the chain 3s we are always preparing the next row. Skip 2 double crochets, 1 single crochet, chain 3, and here you can see here's the single crochet, and then we start with the 4 double crochets, and after the 1st double crochet you make your single crochet, chain 3, and skip 2 double crochets, 1 single crochet, and change 5, and a treble to finish off our row number 5, right where we put the marker. And now we finished our 1st spike of our dragon tail. Things to remember. Every row that goes from left to right now, we start with a chain 4, always. This is the way to the goal, let's say. And when we go back, we are always going back with a chain 1 and a single crochet after the last double crochet from the previous row. And always this row will end with 5 chains and a triple crochet into the 3rd chain that we did before from the 4th chain where we put our stitch marker in. And this is the whole concept of the whole dragon tail. But I will continue to show you one little detail, because we don't have, I show you on the original, because we have finished now. I put this next to it, then you can see it better. We have finished our 1st spike. This is our 1st spike. And this is also our repeat. And we repeat spike after spike after spike after spike. The only thing that you have to take care of is that you don't go too far here with another block of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. You just can't end it so that this spike is finished and free, and you are finishing the 2nd spike with, let's say, this is the 1st row, then the way back, 2nd row, 3rd row, and way back. So with this 4 rows repeat, you are doing spike after spike after spike. Okay, let's do one more spike together. As I said, we are always starting for the way to the spit of a spike. I have no idea what the name for this is. With a chain 4, 2, 3, 4. I put my stitch marker in the 3rd chain. Remember, this is the one where we put later our triple crochet in. Turn our work and start again with a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and our 4th double crochet. It's pretty easy to remember because they're only this, let's call it a shell. It comes always with 4 double crochets, always, no exception. Chain 1, single crochet. Always in the beginning of the new spike is also good to remember because this is the big hole. And chain 1. And then you have here, we prepped this line before, this big space, and you go in with another shell. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Because we have finished our first spike, we just have to go until here, chain 1, turn around and go the way back with a single crochet between the first and the second double crochet, chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, single crochet, chain 3, go to the next shell, skip the first double crochet, right in there with a single crochet, chain 3, skip 2, another single crochet, and we chain 5 to finish off this row. And the triple right into where you put your stitch marker. Okay, stitch marker can go by stitch marker. Thank you very much for playing with us. I go back to the original. And now you clearly can see we have our first spike, and then we have the next 2 rows of the second spike. And now we finish off our second spike with the next 2 rows. We chain 4, always starting with chain 4. Put our stitch marker in the 3rd chain. Turn our work, our first shell, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and the 4th double crochet. And because this is our big space in the beginning, remember, chain 1, 1 single crochet, chain 1, and just on the top of this shell, again, here's our prep line from the 3 chains, we do our next shell. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, never forget the chain 1, we have 4 double crochets, chain 1, in the next space, before the other shells come, we do a single crochet, chain 1, and our last shell for this spike. Third double crochet, chain 1, 4th double crochet. Now we go the way back, chain 1, after the first double crochet, single crochet, chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, single crochet, chain 3, next shell, skip the first double crochet, single crochet, 3 chains, skip 2 double crochets, 1 single crochet, chain 3, next shell, skip the first double crochet, chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, and now we are at the end of our row, which means we chain 5 and a triple crochet right there where our stitch marker is. Stitch marker, bye. Stitch marker, you did a great work, you helped us a lot. Okay. A last comparison with the original. And you can clearly see we have here our first spike. Ignore the border for a second. And then we have our second one. And then you just repeat every spike, every spike. Don't forget to stop at the right moment and just make the 4 rows repeat. And make it as long as you want. Just make your dragon tail as long as you want. Because here you see nothing changes. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right, we finished the first part of our dragon tail. You have your long dragon tail with spike after spike after spike after spike. And we are jumping now to the last part, which is just the border. And which you can see is spike after spike after spike after spike all around the whole dragon tail, except of course the big spikes that we have done. Okay, let's go to the little spikes. We go put that on the side and we go back to our little dragon tail. That you are not irritated, I opened up the last row with the single crochet, chain 3, single crochet all the way along. Because when you have reached your desired length of the dragon tail, you just finished the last spike, but you are not doing the last row. We are going directly from here into our border. And we're doing this like this. We chain 3, turn our work. And this is the only time that we are turning our dragon tail. The right side from the dragon tail is now in front and we are doing the border all the way around. We remember we have our 4 double crochets with a chain 1 in between here. And we are doing a double crochet after the first 2 double crochets and do another double crochet. And now we will not do a double crochet counter this time in the video. And then we chain 3 and put in this space here 4 double crochets. For everyone who have done the tutorial with the bikini top, you will remember a variation 3 and 4. And we finish our little spikes with a single crochet on top of the single crochet between the 4 shells of the 4 double crochets chain 1. Right on top a single crochet. And now we have our little spike and we will do this all the way around. Let's repeat. Chain 3, make a double crochet in the middle of the 4 double crochet with a chain 1 in between. Just double crochet, chain 3 and 4 double crochets right in there. Number 3 and number 4. And finish off this little spike with a single crochet on the top of the other single crochet we did before. Now we are coming to the corner. You know, and originally this will be much longer. But you see it's very easy and very quick. We chain again 3, double crochet between the 4 double crochets, chain 3 and 4 double crochets in the hole. 3 and number 4. More yarn. To finish off the last little spike on this side where we have worked, we are going to single crochet on top of the last double crochet that we did here. And single crochet. And now I show you on the original. We have started here, we went all the way down and ended right on top of the last double crochet. Now we go on and on directly around the corner. Right, we go around the corner, we chain 3, like always, the little spikes always start with the chain 3, and put the double crochet in the little hole where we had our markers before. You remember? I hope so. Then we chain 3 and finish off our little spike. 2, 3, 3 and 4. And now jump the big space here and slip stitch on the top of the double crochet you have here. And then the little spike is finished. And you go all the way along the side, chain 3, go into the place where your marker was, double crochet, chain 3, put 4 double crochets in, number 2, number 3 and number 4. Jump the big space and on the top here of the double crochet, slip stitch. Yes, and you go all the way along your dragon tail and finish off at the end with a slip stitch, fasten off, sew in your 2 ends if you have just one color for the dragon tail, and you are done. You can put it in the washing machine and you have a beautiful new scarf that guarantee that no one else has. And I hope you have realized that I'm this time not this much exhausted as I was last time. Okay, last time was different because it was a much longer tutorial, but honestly, this scarf is not more difficult as the top from last time, if you haven't watched the top yet. I don't have to say it, good. Yes, enjoy this scarf. Make it as long as you want. You can crochet it, of course, with a winter yarn, with a bigger hook. Then you think you get faster. Yeah, no, you won't, because you won't stop. You wanted to make it huge. The largest dragon tail I've ever created was 3.5 meters long. I have no idea how this lady will wear it in the winter, but she said, oh, here you have the yarn, please make me a dragon tail and make it as long as you want. So I used all of the yarn and created a 3.50 meter dragon tail. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Real Crochetter. This was episode 4. Have a nice day, have a nice evening, have a nice morning, and see you later then. Bye! Do you think the people will buy the story of the Vikings? Do you think they buy it? It took me one night to figure that out. Good. Is the camera still rolling?